set my intention with love and light to inspire divine beauty and clear insight, to love ourselves more with a heart so pure while navigating life so that love endures, to shine our light so graciously, authentically, auspiciously. I set my intention and it shall be. As above, so below, it is so. What's up? What's up, y'all? Peace, light, and love. We wrapping up Cancer season. We doing this. We getting this work. No doubt about it. The Sun and Jupiter linked up in Cancer, giving us a powerful lesson in examining our feelings. The Sun reminds us to examine, while Jupiter allows that growth and expansion. And so this is a powerful time for us to begin checking in on all aspects of ourselves, even those parts of us that we do not want to look at. This is a part of doing that work that heals us. And so that Sun in Cancer reminds us about examining our feelings because it's important, no doubt. And that moon today is in Aries, baby, reminding us about embracing who it is that we are, embracing ourselves, and embracing taking action, no doubt. And so with that, be inspired and be encouraged to get out and about. I've been making it my business every morning to get out there and get that walk out in nature. Nature provides so much healing out there. It allows me to feel so elevated when I'm out there taking in that sun, being around them trees and everything. Them trees, they actually clear your auric field, no doubt about that. But most importantly, if you're mindful, if you're watchful, you can tap into the divine cipher. See, Spirit speaks to us through signs and symbols, you understand. And there's plenty of signs and symbols that are out there in nature that will give us that divine guidance. Shouting that A-team out, and no doubt about that, who has been helping us providing those signs and symbols in this thing that we call ascension, no doubt. That A-team is the ascended masters, the ancestors, the angels, the archangels, the spiritual advisors, all of those auspicious energies that's out here providing guidance so that we can get up on our highest timeline. That's that A-team. And they come through in some powerful, profound, and impactful ways. No doubt about that. And so with that, we have so many powerful spirit animals that's been coming through, bringing the message of transformation. Now, last week, I had that snake that came through, giving us that information about shedding the old and moving into the new, no doubt. I've been seeing a lot out here in these particular streets, but I'm going to keep it on this transformative energy because at this particular point in time, the butterfly coming through, bringing that energy of transformation. Now, when I saw that butterfly, I'm walking down the pathway, right? And I thought the butterfly was stuck on the ground. But see, that butterfly was really trying to convey a special message for me. See, this butterfly was reminding us about how we get into hard times and we feel like we may be stuck, right? But this particular butterfly showing up in that color yellow, lining us up with that solar plexus energy, right? Reminding us about that willpower and our capacity to make shit happen. This is about making changes, sticking to it. You understand? You're going to need willpower in order to make that happen. In order for you to get over the hump, to get unstuck. This is speaking to our habits, our lifestyle, our ways of thinking. This is what that butterfly is coming through for. And then, of course, you know, I'm a holistic mystic, baby. I ain't leaving no stone unturned. We even talking about making sure that you're bringing a little bit more color into that wardrobe, no doubt. Not taking things so seriously out here in these streets. That butterfly reminds us about lightening up out here. And we definitely gonna need to do that, no doubt, because we got all of these retrogrades that's going down right about now in these particular cosmic streets. This is fire and air energy. So we are talking about some profound changes on the horizon. We got Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Now, Pluto's that energy, a transformation within itself. And Aquarius is that power to the people. This is the collective, the community, and whatnot. You understand? Neptune is about our dreams and aspirations. Saturn is about the discipline. It's about the hard work, the prudence, the structure that you're going to need to make them dreams come true. And these is both positioned in Aries, that I am energy, that action energy, reminding us, checking in so that we can get this right about the direction that we going in. You understand? See, this is about new ways of being and new things that we're going for in our lives. See, Aries is the first energy on that zodiac wheel. And so when planets shift over into Aries, you got to know that this is new cycle energy. And with Neptune, this is 165-year new cycle energy. And Saturn, this is about 29 and a half, 30 years new cycle energy. So this is a powerful time right about now. And then we got Mercury, the planet of communication. You know, it's going into retrograde. Now, this is what folks be sitting around tripping and slipping about, right? But Mercury is really encouraging us to be impeccable with our word. And so this retrograde is coming to check in to make sure we're doing just that. Now, we got it lining up in this energy of Leo. And Leo checks in on that ego, no doubt about that. But it also checks us in with the courage, with the willpower, going back to that butterfly coming through with that yellow, bringing that solar plexus energy, no doubt, reminding us about stepping into our power. And so we get a cosmic check-in, the retrograde, to see where we at on those particular energies. And so, of course, you know, I got some tools that's going to help along the journey with that, no doubt about that. I was breaking them up and shining them out or charging them up at this particular point today. So I had the aqua aura quartz, and I also have the little crown that was on there, letting that sun clear that up out and everything, getting that energy good and cleared up. See, this aqua aura quartz is really powerful for this third eye activation. This is really good for spiritual growth and expansion. This is really going to be helpful with clarity and communication and everything. See, this aqua aura quartz, right? It taps us into all of those oceanic energies. This is aligning us with this Cancerian vibration because Cancer rules over the moon, the water energies, no doubt. And so, of course, the goddess Yemaya is showing up, bringing that nurturing vibration. She coming through with the well, tapping into our creative expression. That dolphin energy who comes through along with the goddess Yemaya, reminding us to be playful, encouraging us to raise our frequency up a little bit higher so that we can look for what needs to happen. That requires us to listen more and talk less. But the goddess Yemaya is an Orisha over the oceans. And she really comes through encouraging us to make the necessary transformations, baby. This is about awakening to our true self at this particular point in time. Checking in on how we feel. Are those tears of sorrow or are they tears of joy, baby? However and what have you, let them out. The goddess Yemaya swallows the tears. See, as we start vibrating at a different frequency, we start seeing things a lot differently. And so this is a powerful time, again, to go back with that moon energy that encourages us. It's in Aries right now to embrace who it is that we are. And by embracing who we are, we embrace all parts of ourselves. And of course, you know, my thing is all about that divine expression and how I'm showing up in this world. See, on my journey, I realized that I didn't need new clothes. I needed new reflection. Not the one that I learned to perform, but the one that my soul has been whispering towards. And so I was doing that mirror work, no doubt about that. So before I go and style for the world, I style myself for my own gaze, you see. See, this ain't really about looking for acceptance from somebody else. This ain't about you coming out there showing up so that you can be a spectacle for somebody else's eyes. Your image is not a costume, baby. It's a remembrance. This is not just about styling your body. This is about restoring your presence to become the living image of your highest self. And utilizing these sacred tools that I just gave you with this aqua aura quartz for the embodiment. No doubt about that. See, this mirror work is really what has allowed me to grow, to really begin in shifting and evolving. See, what I really had to recognize is by really tapping in and tuning in with all aspects of myself, including that shadow part of myself, it allowed me to examine how I feel with that sun being in Cancer. You see, I outgrown the old version of myself. And when we do that work, we recognize that. I had to ask myself, if I outgrew that version that my wardrobe was built for, then why was I still dressing like her? Like, if I'm really trying to elevate, to really trying to move into a more conscious direction, then what am I doing? My body has changed. The soul has evolved. But that image, it just hasn't caught up. See, a lot of times we be dressing for past identities, one that no longer holds our power. See, many of us at the end of the day, we don't have a style problem. We got a self-image wound. And that right there, that work right there, this is what I had to step into. I had to look into myself, not just at it, so that I can really begin embodying the true image of who I am. See, because your wardrobe, it'll still try and keep you safe, not seen, if you ain't paying no attention. And so with this is about aligning your style with your true embodied confidence. And so I want to really talk about some of these archetypes that I've come across that have been like shadow energies that have really kind of held me back from embodying my authentic self. Now, the first one, these is all aspects that I done tapped into, was the performer. The performer energy is faking it, no doubt about that. Now, the shadow with this particular energy is about overcompensating through perfection, right? So this style pattern is like when you overly polished and controlled and everything. See, this particular archetype is afraid to be seen as real. And when you embrace that vulnerability, your mess and your softness, this will help you in being able to move past that energy of overcompensation. Now, the ghosts, this energy right here, baby, this is one that's afraid to be seen out here in these particular streets. Now, this, a lot of times we got to really pay attention, especially paying attention to that circle of yours you got, no doubt. Because you'll find yourself in these particular energies trying to blend in. See, that ghost is afraid of visibility, afraid to take up space. And so the style of clothes that the ghosts will wear is like a lot of neutral clothes. See, when I'm in this particular energy, like I'm rocking a lot of tans, a lot of grays and everything, right? So that I can hide in the shadows, you understand? See, this was at a time where I was afraid of taking up space because I didn't want to be seen as too much. But until I learned to be unapologetically present in who it is that I am, I will find myself weaving back and forth in between this ghost energy right here. And I promise you, this is one that works against you. Let's keep talking. The good girl. See, this is what happens when you so focused on how somebody else is perceiving you. At the end of the day, you fall into this good girl energy. See, because this is the particular archetype that needs to be rejected. That needs to be liked and fears rejection. This is a style pattern where they keep it pretty, safe, sweet, non-confrontational. You know what I'm saying? Nice and soft, old school thing. You know what I'm saying? But this good girl energy has to reclaim the boundaries, show up in their power on purpose, no doubt. See, you can't always see if you're doing what's best for yourself, then you go be the villain for somebody else. Make no mistake about that. And until you can move past that particular block, this good girl energy is going to come through and haunt you all the time, no doubt. And then last but absolutely not least, this is the other one. This perfectionist energy, I call it the pro. Now, this one right here was one that I really struggled with because, see, this is all about the programming and everything. See, Neptune being in Aries right now, right, is giving us an opportunity for a new way of being, baby. This is about being overly identified with your status. So the style pattern is where you rocking them brands, you showing up chic, kind of disconnected from emotion, whole not ice queen energy, you understand? And so really I had to reconnect to my body with warmth, with presence and everything. Now, at one point or the other, each and every one of these categories is ones that I fell into. No exception to them rules. And there's probably a lot more out there, but these are the ones that I identified that was really holding me back from really standing in my truth, being my authentic and really expressing myself and shining my light in a way where I was living inside out, you understand? And so with that, this is what I put together. And so at the end of this particular message that you're getting right here, I'm going to leave a link for you to take a look and see what archetypes you may identify with. A little quiz is going to help you in being able to solidify these particular energies so that you can see the shadow patterns within each archetype. See how you identify with that. Because when you do that, this is going to allow you to awaken to a new level of awareness within yourself. Because, baby, I need you to understand at the very end of the day, this is not about styling your body. This is about restoring your presence. See, I'm here to support you in being the living image of your highest self. So it's going to be in your best interest to take this quiz right here. And even you can go down to prettypriestess.com and get you a serious level up, because what this does, it really helps you in finding all of the jewels that's within you, We go pull that divine blueprint. All of those things that make them shine bright, we gonna put them all together. And then we gonna come up with some consistent rituals that will aid you in showing up, living inside out, your divine truth, your divine expression. See, we all been up under this spell where we've been doing what we thought what we needed to do, what we were supposed to do, and all of this other what have you. But this is a time right now for us to embrace the truth of who we are as we move forward in these new cycles, moving forward, baby. This is that time, and all of the divine supports are around us. So make sure that you're working with that aqua aura quartz, working with that butterfly, a powerful transformation symbol. So much transformational work in working with butterfly energy, no doubt. The dolphin is going to help us to not take things so seriously. Linking up with that butterfly, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I can't forget about that. Reminding us about making sure that we're expressing ourselves in ways that make us feel elevated, that make us feel as if we are the greatest versions of ourselves. And so the Archangel Azrael was coming through, no doubt. Hello, hello, he's saying. Wanting you to know that the ancestors is coming through, supporting you, encouraging you on being the truth and who you are. Let go of your worries. Feel their love and blessings. The Archangel Azrael was coming through, letting you to know that it's your back that he got, no doubt. Make sure that you call upon him, because we in this realm of free will, and they're not going to show up unless you ask for that assistance. It's all about free will. So you call on that Archangel Azrael, because what he gonna help you do is he gonna help you close out cycles so that you can move into the new cycle refreshed and renewed in your truth, in your authenticity. Taking that quiz so that you can see where you're aligned at and everything. Linking up, getting this work, and really allowing yourself to show up in your truest, your most authentic expression. This is a power move. It will allow you to get in alignment with the greatest version of yourself, placing you, propelling you on your highest timeline, no doubt. And so while we wrapping up this sun in Cancer, encouraging us to examine our feelings, to dive deep into who we are, this is allowing us to embrace who we are. This ain't style coaching, baby. This is image alchemy. And so I hope that this was helpful for you. Sending you out so much love and so much light. Peace and light. Peace and love.